Happy Juneteenth Eve. How are we doing, Star family? Why am I orange? What's going on? Oh, well. How are we doing? I've missed you guys. It's only been 24 hours. How is everybody doing? I hope you are having a great evening. Let's get right into it. If you are new here, hi, my name is Nikki.Star. I do comedic reviews of some of your favorite reality TV shows. When I do this review live after show, it's basically the beginning is basically my review. I talk for about 20 to 30 minutes about what I thought in my opinions of the episode. Then I get into the chat with the Star family and we talk about your opinions and we, compare notes. Some may agree, some may disagree. That is fine. Just remember whose house you are in and talk to me nice and we eat each other nice, right? We're respectful in here. We call ourselves the Star family, right? So talk to each other like you are family. We respect each other's opinion here, even if we do not agree with it, but there is a certain tone here. This is a nice neighborhood. We don't do that over here. Also, I love to give a disclaimer for this show because for some reason, everybody is really hard. Not everybody, but a lot of people are really hard on this cast. And not this cast. Every time we do Love Island, it's like the fan base is so hard on these kids. You are literally looking at 22-year-olds. These are people who went to school on Zoom because they were teens during COVID. These, except for Bryce, they are very young people who are sleep deprived, manipulated by production to give us a show in an environment where they don't have anything but each other. They're kept apart when they need to be kept apart, and when they are together, they are being manipulated by production to give us a show. Give them a break. They are young and they are being filmed in a very intense situation. Of course, you wouldn't do or say the things that they are doing because you're 37, right? Of course, you wouldn't do that, right? But you probably did when you were 22 but you weren't filmed and being judged by the world. So let's give them a break. Let's just leave it at what it is. It's just entertainment. They're here to entertain you. And also, if you walk away with a very strong narrative from an episode, that means the production did their job. And as somebody who has worked in reality TV in front of and behind the camera, what you were singing is not what's happening. It never is. But real things do happen while they are filming this show. So that is why they get away with calling it reality TV, but it's highly manipulated and heavily scripted. That's the entertainment part of it. Anyway, let's hop into it. So this episode opens up with Soul feeling, oh, poor thing. She was just feeling really defeated. And she was like being hard on herself and being like, oh, I'm so stupid. I should have never believed him. And I'm like, little mama, give yourself a break. Give yourself a break. How were you supposed to know that this guy whose name is Sincere was lying to you? Like, how were you supposed to know that? She's a gorgeous girl, but she was just being very hard on herself. And her and Kayla were talking, and she was telling him how stupid she felt, and she shouldn't have believed him. But why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you believe him? Like, why would you think that he would be lying to you and playing with you and manipulating your mind? Why would you think that? So I felt like she was being a little too hard on herself, because all you did was believe a guy who was hugging on you and rubbing on you and telling you that he liked you and that you were the only one. You're not dumb because of that. You're not stupid because of that. And you shouldn't beat yourself up because of that. Just because somebody went out of their way to harm you doesn't mean that there's something wrong with you or that you deserve something like that. So I just felt like the whole episode, I just felt like she was just too tough on herself because she didn't do anything wrong. And then we get to Caleb, who is just defeated. He feels so stupid. Like him and Soul are the same thing. He just feels really, really dumb because Kenzie is telling him one thing and he's believing that. But when she chose Corbin, he was just like, now what is happening here? Because Kenzie's doing the same thing that Sincere is doing, kissing on him, hugging on him, booed up with him, telling him that he's the one, that he's the type, that he's her type, that she was waiting for him to come in the villa, that, she could see herself with him, that he is her future, and, making him feel safe and secure, and then embarrassing him with that letter. So, him and Soul are pretty much in the same position. Sorry. I meant to take him down, where they feel dumb for believing somebody. And I hate when people treat themselves like that. Like somebody is wronged by another person and this person is just a bad person. The person that is wronged always like beats themselves up. Like, man, I should have seen it. I should have known. How were you supposed to know? How were you supposed to know? You're a good person, and you believe that the person that you were speaking to was a good person as well. Because you would not fathom doing that to somebody else. Right. Doesn't make you lesser than or dumb or stupid for not being conniving. You're actually better off. So they were both, in my opinion, just a little bit too hard on themselves. But you know who isn't hard on themselves? When I tell you he is so happy he got his baby back, he was grinning from ear to ear. The way he was hugging up on Melanie and kissing up on Melanie, he was just so glad to have her back. I will say, because like I told y'all in the beginning, I knew they are unbreakable. Unbreakable. So I already knew that we would end up here. Oh, that's terrible. But I will say this. I'm glad that at least with them two being together, that I feel like we got a different Melanie. You know what I mean? I feel like we got a calmer Melanie, a more peaceful Melanie. I don't know if she's clocked in that this is a game show and she has to be liked by America, but I think she's handling these situations a lot better. And everybody who wants her to fail, they just can't get her. So I don't know what talking to she had from production, or if she just sat down and was just like, I need to get myself together, or if her ancestors spoke to her in the dream and said, tighten up. I don't know what it is, but this version of Melanie is so much better. It just seems like she's just grown so much in such a short amount of time. But anyway, Sincere tells Melanie that he does not want to explore soul, because she asked. She was just like, listen, you got me back. We are now back together. Are you going to explore that? Like, we're back together. Let's set boundaries again. And let's talk about what we're doing and how this is going to work out. And he was like, no, I'm done. I don't want to explore her. And he's telling Melanie it's just him and her from here on out. I'm just like, have these kids never watched this show? Do they not know that Casa is coming? You're telling this girl you don't want to explore soul. It's just you and her. You are who she is, who you want to be with. She's your dream girl. You don't want nobody else. It's just you and her against the world. Y'all Bonnie and Clyde. You don't know that Casa is coming up? Have y'all not watched this show? I feel like this is the first Love Island season, aside from the first one, where we have a cast that has not watched the show and doesn't know what game show they're on. Like, when we had the first elimination and they were like, oh, when Sean got eliminated, they were all gagged. And I was like, wait, have y'all never seen this show? I feel like this may be what we're dealing with, because the way he professed his forever with this girl, I'm like, Casa is around the corner, young blood. You sure about that? I will say, Sincere and Melanie being back together and being so lovey-dovey is not shocking to anybody from South Jersey or Philly. None of us are shocked by this couple. None of us are shocked by the decisions they made and how they have moved. I think all of us, everybody from South Jersey, everybody from Philly are watching Melanie and Sincere, and especially watched that last episode. And it was just like, yep, this is like stage 2 for them. Nobody is shocked. And when he keeps on telling her, when Sincere keeps on telling Melanie that she feels like home, it's that culture. Like, I don't listen. Again, this is not my community. I cannot speak for this community. I will say, from my observation, Latinos are a lot like Black Americans when they all play about their culture. Like, where that is like something that is very, very important to them, and very important to them and their partner. And yes, he's Puerto Rican and she's a Dominican, but that they have their cultures. They're Latinos, and they have a very similar culture. Not only do they have a similar culture, they're from very similar areas where it's like this diverse East Coast, Black and Latino kind of area with a very strong Italian American and Irish American communities. And everything about them is just very, very similar, and they can understand each other, and they just fit so well. And if you're not from Philly, if you're not from South Jersey, you have no idea how well Melanie and Sincere fit, how well they work together. You're just catching them in the beginning stages. But when these two lock in, you're going to think that they have been married for like 40 years.
Yeah, that's how that community is.
Like, I'm trying to explain it as an observer, but I'm telling you, they are in game.
Their community, High Star family, Mama Star here, their community is like they date young, and they're liable to date, get married, and live, you know what I mean, happily ever after.
And they will have elders in the community that support it.
Yeah.
Sincere's mom, Melanie's her daughter-in-law.
Yeah.
Like, that's her baby. She's already locked in. And I'm telling you, when you have the matriarch, when you have your community supporting this relationship, you can't fail.
But that's their culture. They come from meeting someone, falling in love with their high school sweetheart or whatever, and marrying them. And they go through. They go through, but they will not leave each other. They will come back to one another. And they don't have like a high divorce rate. They stay together
through thick and thin.
Whatever it takes, they stay together. Even
if they start dating new people, they are not getting divorced, baby. But I also want to say this couple is very specific to the East Coast, like East Coast blue diverse cities that have the prominent cultures that I mentioned that have those very prominent dominant cultures intermingling. These two come from that, so they're very specific for that area. So that's why I keep on saying South Philly, South Jersey, and Philly, because you got to be from there to understand what this is and how much of a match these two are. So like they're in game. They're in game. Go ahead, Mama.
You know, my heart bleeds for soul.
Yeah, soul.
You know, I agree with what she said. I came in and everybody was married with children. You know what I mean? She didn't have an opportunity to even get to meet anybody to really, you know, and that's not good, because that's the game is. The show is you're supposed to come on and explore. And
but also in the Islanders' defense, Soul is a bombshell. So even if people are closed off, your job is to break up them couples.
Yeah, but like she said,
like you got to go in and be real aggressive. Like I will say, this cast was not supportive of the bombshells, but that is your job as a bombshell. She said she wanted Corbin, Sincere, and KC. That's the thing.
Put herself in the pool. She really wanted,
because Soul is not a good bombshell, because Soul is used to being chased. I don't think Soul has ever pursued the guy in her life. So like even when she was sitting down talking to KC, and she was just like, well, I was waiting for you to let me know, to come see about me. And I'm like, that's not your job as a bombshell. Right. You were supposed to come see about him. You were supposed to be sitting there. You're supposed to be going up in Soul Ties. Yeah, where Kenzie and Corbin is booed up. You're supposed to be going over there and be like, Corbin, can I pull you for a chat?
Yeah.
All you gotta do is give Corbin a kiss, and he would have coupled up with you, child. He's easy. Yeah. So I do feel bad for her, because I
felt like the girls were going to hate her.
So what? She's a bombshell. That's her job.
She never had a connection with them, which Jen did, but she never had a connection with them.
Yeah.
And she felt like the eyeball out, like she said when she was voted off. She said, "Well, I do."
Yeah.
And then to make things worse, it was Sincere that spoke.
Yeah.
I mean, now come on, they couldn't have found nobody else to tell.
But we're not there yet, Mother. You skip it. You do it every time.
Okay.
I'm asking you to get this together, because on Juneteenth, I don't want to be annoyed.
Yeah.
It's a celebration.
I don't know if I'm coming in on Juneteenth.
I don't want to be annoyed on Juneteenth. It's a celebration.
On Juneteenth, because that's a holiday.
Yeah, but we're still going to be here. It's a celebration.
Oh
no, this ain't labor. This is us having a good time with our friends. We're coming to celebrate.
Okay.
Yes.
Anyway, I
make sure you put out your cornbread for Harriet Tubman tonight.
Oh.
Happy Juneteenth Eve. Go ahead, Mama.
I felt bad for her, and I just really felt my heart went out to her.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just like, Soul.
But don't worry, we're going to see much more of Soul. I feel like, if anything, we're definitely going to see her on Love Island games.
Okay. And beyond the villa.
Oh, yes. I feel, he is thick. Oh my gosh, he is caked up.
He caked. But she, I want to see more of her. I do. I want to see more of her.
Yeah, you will. Corbin and Kenzie. I can't with this couple. They make me very uncomfortable.
Okay, they can't stand her.
Oh, and he shouldn't. She played in his face. She absolutely played in his face. No, Corbin's gonna stick around. But here's the thing. Corbin and Kenzie. I need the.
Say that. I can't see
Oh,
that,
he
but
is
it's
like his behind is huge. What's his name? Is that Devich Fakina?
you know that's Muti.
Mutet is thick. I've never seen like that was just that's a shelf booty on a man. That's the first time I've seen that. Look at him. Yes. I'm so sorry.
That's a twerking booty.
Yes, he is thick. Anyway,
Sorry,
sorry, Star Family. I just it's such a fetish couple, right? And Corbin, I'm so disappointed. And I hope, oh, your mother must be the Asian one. I was going to say I will hope if I thought, I was assuming that your mom was black, but I think she might be Asian.
Who?
His mom, and if she's Asian, it's not going to happen. And your dad is absolutely not going to do anything because everybody knows that the man, especially in an interracial relationship, is submissive. So it's never going to work. But it's just so disappointing because I really like Corbin with Melanie. Why? Because we got to meet Corbin. We've learned so much about him. We were able to see who he really is. We were able to hear how he really speaks. We were able to see his personality. Then he gets with Kenzie. They're coupled up again, and we're back to this minstrel show. And it's just so disappointing because I'm just like, the black parent absolutely failed you. This is so embarrassing to witness. And he's also so young. So I'm just like, what environments was he in where he learned this like a buck kind of persona to perform for white women? It's just very, very embarrassing to just see him, especially when we got to see this bright character of a person from him when he was with Melanie. He was safe, he was secure, he was comfortable, he was a nice guy. He wasn't that weirdo that's asking everybody for a kiss and talking like a robot and butchering the hell out of Ebonics. It was actually nice to see who he really was. And now he's back with Kenzie talking in that weird voice again. Yo, we back together. I can't believe it, boy. Put some chains on my mouth. It's so embarrassing. It's so embarrassing. And I hate it. And now Kenzie is trying to do like this terrible Ebonics mess with him. And yo, you be making me scared. You be making me feel that you gonna leave me. She puts B in the weirdest places. And I guess she's just like, well, that's how the Negroes talk. And it's just, this couple has to go. I do not enjoy watching them. I just need this like porn fetish couple to get out of the villa because they don't do anything but screw. If they haven't already, they're doing something. We already saw he wasn't DJing, but we saw Kenzie. She was absolutely playing an organ. I'm just over it. I want them out the villa. I'm not holding space because we have to wait for Casa, and I feel like he gonna play. But they're back together. It seemed, very happy, very healthy. I will say this: Sincere, KC and Anaya. I will say this: KC and Sincere love them girls. They love them girls down because KC and Sincere this episode so happy. And the last few episodes, they were so sick because Sincere was sick because he wasn't with his Mel. And KC was sick because him and Anaya were not in a good place. Now they're back together. He's so happy and just joyful. And I was like, oh, y'all really like them. Y'all really, really like them. Y'all playing them games, but y'all really like them girls. They got y'all wrapped around their finger. But they're going to lose all of the goodwill. I have no faith in KC and Sincere. Any of the men. I feel like they're all going to go to Casa and they're all going to destroy any goodwill that they have had with the ladies. So Kenzie, she pulls Caleb for a chat and she's still calling him a cowboy. And I'm just like, Caleb, you can tell these people to stop that.
No, he hates that.
He hates that. But everybody keeps on calling him a cowboy. And I'm like, I'm like, Caleb, you could tell them, like Melanie tells these people, my name is Melanie, not Mel. Caleb, you can be like, I'm just white and from the South. I'm not a cowboy. You can let them know. But she's just like, oh, I was just so happy that you were here because I got my cowboy. But I just wanted to talk to you and just see where you were and, see how you're feeling. And Caleb was honest with her. He was just like, listen, you're telling me one thing. And so I kind of felt secure. And then you didn't choose me. So I felt, I didn't feel great and I didn't make me feel great. And she's just like, oh, well, I'm sorry. Is there any way that we can be friends? And he's like, no. Caleb was just like, I don't think that I'm ready to do that right now. Like, you just humiliated me. What are you talking about being friends? So you can have your cake and eat it too? Because what Kenzie wants to do is keep him around just in case, because she likes having a roster. Mm-hmm. She wants to keep him around just in case. And Caleb was just like, no. Yeah, Caleb was just like, yeah, you're not going to play me. Also, it was like very evident that you didn't know anything about him. You still are calling him a cowboy. You've learned nothing about that guy. You played in his face, kissing on him and rubbing up on him, making him think that he's the one, telling him that you're going to leave Corbin alone and focus on your coupling. Then you keep on telling him he's your type. You can see yourself with him out of this, giving this guy encouragement and making him believe that you two are a lot stronger than you actually are. You, according to you, y'all not strong at all. So he's thinking this and he's not exploring anybody because he thinks that you're a sure thing because you're telling him that. So no, he doesn't want to be your friend. You're a liar. I feel like Soul and Caleb really, took the high road with how these people played them. I felt like Caleb and Soul could have got meaner and nastier. Like they were too kind in my opinion. Baby, the villa is heating up. I mean, this cast is so very weird, right? It's like you don't think that any of them like each other, and then when the lights go off, everybody doing it. Even KC and Anaya was having some passion. I said, oh, what is happening? Like, it's so crazy. When the lights are on and they're in the villa, you do not think that these people like each other. And then the lights go off and they get under them covers and they are doing anything. Speaking of people, hold on, mama. Speaking of people doing anything, Jen and Caleb, we have got to talk. Jen and Gabe, we have got to talk. I'm sorry. Do they know that we can see them? Jen and Gabe have done everything. They have done everything under the sun. I'm like, you're being filmed. Have y'all not watched the show? What is going on? I mean, there was no mistake what Jen was doing to Gabe. He lifted up the covers and was just watching her. I'm just like, are y'all parents still with us? What is happening? Oh, God, what is happening? There was so much going on.
She is
heated. Now, here's the thing. I was actually shocked that Kenzie and Corbin were just,
You still got a sincere photo.
No, I don't. Keep up.
It's on my face.
Keep up. You're a little behind. I actually thought that now that Kenzie and Corbin were together, they were going to do too much. She was absolutely choking a chicken. But Jen and Gabe, I was like, oh. In a room full of people. No decorum for both of you. My God, today. I feel like Jen and Gabe need to be on Temptation Island. I think they're on the wrong show. Like, no shade, but this is Peacock. This is a nice neighborhood. We don't do that over here. Take that to Netflix. We don't do that over here. They were going for broke. And I was like, at this point, why put the covers over? Like, we didn't see it all. You might as well give us a show. I'm sure Peacock will probably blur it out or do a quick cut. Lord. And Jen, it hasn't been long. Like, you just met this man.
Yes. She just met him yesterday.
Like, you just met this man and you got his organ in your mouth. What?
She's dirty Oregon.
She just met him. I just feel like there's like some more conversations that have to go on before we. But you know what? I'm old. You know what I mean? Maybe that's just how the old millennials do it. Maybe it's a different season for the Gen Z. But my God, I said, do you know his middle name?
Okay.
Lord, just calm down. Is there a clinic in Fiji? Because just in case, girl, have all your bases covered. My God, today, no way y'all won't have a scare.
Cardi B said, girl, she don't even know your name watching. She might steal your channel. Yes,
oh
Cardi.
My gosh. So Sincere, the next day, Sincere finally makes his way to Seoul. Here's the thing. This scene was hilarious. And here's why it was so funny. Sincere danced up to Seoul like everything was cool, right? He was obviously trying to like break the ice because they haven't talked to each other since the elimination. So he's dancing up to her. And he's like, hey, can I put you for a chat? And she's like, oh, yeah, sure. And he sits down and he's just like, I'm so sorry. I didn't think that, this would go like this. And I didn't want to do that to you. And like just really pouring out this like elaborate apology, and so calmly cussed him out. She was like, you're a liar. She said, you're a liar. I feel so dumb because I believed you. You are a liar. You played me. And she just started, everything was an F-bomb. She just cussed him out. He was like, oh, you got me feeling like I'm the bad guy. And she was just like, well, you are. Like, I'm not the bad guy. What did I do? Who did I lie to? She did not let him off easy. And I'm so glad she did. And I knew that she would do it. Because Soul doesn't give me a girl that you can play with. She doesn't give me that. She'll go, oh, Sincere. And she doesn't give me that she'll let you spin a block with her. You play her once and that's it. You only got to disrespect her one time and you will never see her again. But she will let you know what you did wasn't wrong and then peace out. But she cussed him out. She read him for filth, even though he kept on trying to get, he tried to end it on a note where it's just like, oh, no hard feelings or anything like that. She was like, no, let me get this out. You played, you disrespected, you're a liar. I feel like a dummy for believing you because you're a liar. You're not sincere. You're not honest. You're disingenuous. She cussed him out and she did not give him the scene that he wanted. Yep. And I like that she was truthful and honest about her feelings and how he played her and how she felt bad for believing him. And she let him know, you are wrong, not me. You could have let me know that Melanie was always in the back of your mind. Yeah. Don't play with me like that and make me believe something if that's not really how you feel. She's like, you could have communicated with me. You could have told me. I could have explored somebody else. But you made me think that I was it. And that was not fair. And I'm so glad that she stayed on his neck because this is the first time that anybody in this villa has let Sincere know that how he's moving is not okay. Good for you, Soul. And I also like that she was just like, well, that's it. Gave him a pound and moved on. Yes, she did. Good for her. I'm glad she did it. I was, rooting for her. Bravo. Soul. Bravo to her.
And then he going to say, oh, it wasn't just the way I thought it was, exactly the way I thought it was.
No, he didn't. He thought that he was going to go over there and be like, oh, I'm sorry. I did want it to go a different way. But, me and Melanie have this history. And he wanted Soul to be like, I get it. I understand. You're still a good guy. No. Soul said, I don't understand. And you're not a good guy and you're a liar. Bye. Good for her. Zach and Bryce, send them to Fire Island. It's too much. It's too much. And the show knows exactly what they're doing. So Zach is giving the boys sports massages. So this show knows exactly what they're doing. So all the guys are laid on a bed, bottoms up.
Oh, I didn't see this part.
You did not see this part. Zach goes over to Bryce. Bryce turns around and Zach lifts up his leg. I said, y'all are playing in a heated rivalry. That's what they're trying to do. They are turning it up because there was no reason for us to see Zach giving the guys sports massages, because this is how, that's how a sports massage is. It's it's a little homoerotic, but it's actually a real massage. But it's we know why y'all kept that in there. But there's also, if you follow Love Island, the cast does like videos on set, and there was like this clip where I think it's Casey who has like the camera. He's going around talking to everybody, and we get to Bryce and Zach, and like Bryce points to Zach's penis.
Oh my God,
what's going on?
It's actually a Love Island.
What's going on? Y'all just met. I don't understand this, but again, not my culture, not my business. Praying for Trinity. Praying for Trinity. She needs a bombshell.
She want to address it.
I don't think she sees it.
Yes, she did. She said, "Get out of my."
She does. She does. It's annoying to her. But please, the next vote should be America voting who to send to Fire Island. I vote Zach and Bryce. I could, because I was watching this. I watched this late, so I was like just trying to rush to hurry up and get on here with you guys. I wish I would have got a picture. Why did Gabe have on that Shabba Ranks 2-piece set?
Why?
He looked like Shabba. I said, ting-a-ling-a-ling, a school bell ring. What is Gabriel wearing? Even Jen had to mention it. She was just like, this is interesting. But I think he got that out of the Fashion Nova men bin, because you know that they provide clothes for them to wear because Love Island advertises it, and I guess they get a percentage off of the clothes that they sell or something like that, like a partnership. So I think that that's Fashion Nova men. I think you will be able to find that in the Fashion Nova men's clearance section. It's probably $9 for the set. But it was an interesting choice. Gabe and Jen, again, they're just very forward. He pulls her over into like the smaller fire pit, and they're like making out. As they're making out, you know what? I don't think that Jen watched the show. I don't think she's watched this show, because the way she is operating in this villa, she's operating as if we can't see her. I think that Gabe knows that we can see him and is fine with it. He's freaked out. He's overly freaked out. I don't think Jen knows that we can see her, because while she's making out with Gabe, she sits up, like pulls her dress up a little bit, and then like turns around and sits on his dingling. And I'm like, well, wait a minute. What? Are we about to do butt stuff? What is going on? What? And she starts looking to see if like anybody's coming. And I'm like, girl, there's a camera at your behind. We about to see him enter it. What is happening? They both got to go. It's too much. It's too much. And I don't, want to say that they got a sex demon, but it's something. I'm sorry. You two just met each other. It's too much. At some point, we got to start psychoanalyzing why y'all moving like this. But I don't think she knows that we can see her. Oh my God. She skirted that dress up. I said, what are we about to do? Like, we're at the butt stuff stage? Jesus. Isn't that like 10 years into marriage? They are just fast forwarding everything.
Listen, she's on the island.
She sure is. She sure is. Let me tell you something. Y'all, them white girls, Jesus. They got it. They got it. I'm sorry. My God, the way they move is crazy. Her and Kenzie putting up numbers in that villa. My God, today. Poor Anaya. She looks like a nun in that villa.
Anaya is definitely
Lord.
in the prayer chapel.
I said, they're about to do butt stuff. And we're going to watch Peacock.
Ain't no. That's what they act. That's what Bryce asked if you ain't.
Well, you know what? He was asking the right questions because it's not far off for this cast. Lord, I thought that Gen Z was boomers.
That's an exit.
Lord. Mom, it's an entrance for some people.
Oh, okay.
We're not going to judge. Oh, you know what? I can't believe I'm talking about this. Moving on.
I have somebody in here from the church.
Yes.
Because Joe said a succumbus, and that's a sex date.
They got something on them. It's too much. She skirted the dress up. I said, well, what's happening? What are we about to do? Girl, they got cameras all over that villa. Y'all have to watch this show before y'all come on here. Oh my goodness. You got to put some holy water, some anointing oil on the coochie. It's too much. It is too much.
Holy water, Lord have mercy.
Take a little, a holy soak. Because there's some stuff happening. You just met that boy.
A holy soak.
A holy soak. Anyway. Casey and Bryce, they sit down with Soul and they're just checking in on her because she's been low, and it's been really, really difficult, and they're just trying to check her temperature and see how she's feeling. And she's just like, I've just, doesn't feel good. I really didn't have a chance, to explore in the villa. Everybody was kind of closed off when I got here. So it was just like really difficult. And now I felt like I had something, but here I am back to square one. And she's just saying that she really didn't have a great experience. And they feel bad because, they know that they're kind of responsible for her having a not great experience because the bombshell is supposed to go in and pursue the guys. But if the guys are closed off, it makes her job harder. Here's the thing. She should have rose to the occasion, but she's where she's at now. And the guys are just letting her know that they just, feel for her. And even Casey acknowledges, because she even tells him that, everybody's close, including you. And he's just like, listen, I'm happy where, at and, where I'm at. I'm, sad that I wasn't able to open up and explore, and basically I'm sad that because I was so closed off, I made your villa experience not that great. But I'm happy in my situation. I just feel bad that I was a part of you not having a good time here. And before we can get into that conversation, go a little deeper, Ariana shows up and she lets them know that America has been voting. And she says that America has been voting for their favorite couples. And with this vote, 4 couples will be safe. And she begins to name the safe couples in no particular order. Our first saved couple is Trinity and Bryce. Good job, America. Our next saved couple is Anaya and Casey. Of course, the next saved couple is Kata and Zach. And the final couple is Melanie and Sincere. I was not shocked. I was not shocked. Listen, I know you guys are just like, oh my God, I can't believe Melanie and Sincere are saying. Those producers are not letting y'all get rid of them. They're going to be in the final 4. They are not letting you get rid of that love story. Absolutely not. Those 2 are great TV. They are not letting you kick them off. So all of those couples I knew. And listen, unless they come back with them Casa girls, those are going to be the top 4 couples. Unless something happens in Casa, those are our top 4 couples. And with those 4 couples being safe, we now have in the bottom Kenzie and Corbin. And let me tell you something. Kenzie thought that her and Corbin were going to be safe. Because when Ariana said Melanie and Sincere, she looked at Melanie like she couldn't believe it. Still can't beat Melanie. I know that ate her up. I know that ate her up, that America likes Sincere and Melanie more than her and Corbin. Still can't beat that Dominican girl from Philly, can you? Tearing her up. Her face was sick. She didn't even care that her and Corbin probably were going to go home.
Okay.
She was just upset that Melanie beat her yet again. So it's Kenzie and Corbin who are in the bottom, along with Gabe and Jen and Soul and Caleb. So Ariana lets them know that one of them is going to go home. Ariana lets them know that these couples are now vulnerable. However, there's a twist. There's always a twist. And if you guys haven't watched the show before, I want to let you know. When they ask you to vote, the way this show asks you to vote, it's just better for you to do it. Because you are not going to be able to outgame production. They will always get the last laugh. So if you're like, oh, we're going to vote for them so they can go, or we're going to vote to get this person out, you are never going to be able to get a person out. It's never going to work the way you want it to work, because production is always 10 steps ahead of you. It will all, if you try to game them, somebody that you like will be going home. So just vote how they ask you to vote. Do not try to outgame them. It'll never work. So Kenzie and Corbin, Jen and Gabe, Caleb and Soul are in the bottom. But instead of the couples going home, Ariana lets them know there's a twist. And the twist is the guys have to save a girl. The guys have to send a girl home, and the girls have to send a guy home from the competition. I knew when Sincere got up that it was Soul. I knew. When he got up and gave that speech, I knew that it was Soul. Because here's the thing. He wants her out the villa. Because Soul did not give him the response that he wanted. He wanted to remain the good guy in that. And because Soul checked him and let him know what he did wasn't good, he wanted her gone. And I know he convinced them guys to get her out. So he gives this speech.
That's sad.
Yeah, that is sad. So he gives this speech that unfortunately this girl couldn't find what she needed here. And the other couples are established. So the girl that we choose to go home is Soul. And the girls are just, I don't think the girls are gagged because they're more connected to Ken and to Kenzie and Jen. So, you know, they weren't that gagged. But then it's time for the girls to send a guy home. And they go back and forth with Gabe and Caleb and Trinity. The girls want to keep Caleb, and Trinity was just like, this ain't Pity Island. It's my girl. She was like, I feel bad for him, but this ain't Pity Island. Just give her the money. And then we hear Anaya saying, I can't do that to Gabriel. Like, I can't do that to Gabe. I can't do that to Gabe. I can't do that to Gabe. And then Melanie gets up. And listen, I have been fighting for Melanie because I think that the fan base is treating her. I don't like the way how the fan base is treating her. I think she's being unfairly treated. I gotta say, Melanie, you gave a terrible speech. That speech was terrible. It was like you were chastising Gabe. I knew it was him. This guy has had so many, has experienced and explored so many women. I felt like he did Love Island the way that you should, but we just can't trust him. When he comes in here, he might go for another girl and it'll be another girl. And I was like, you could have just cut that short. You just could have been like, this was a really difficult decision, but we chose this guy because we felt like he did have a chance to explore and some others haven't. And the guy that we were choosing is Gabe. That's what you should have said. I just felt like she was like chastising and condemning him for being a little hoe. Well, he found his hoe match. So if you want to condemn him, condemn Jen.
But why was he, right? Well, why was he a hoe? Like he was exploring.
He's Brazilian. Gabriel didn't do, I don't feel like he did.
I don't think he he did with
I don't think he did anything wrong. But here's the thing. I will say this: the girls have mentioned that he's overly freaked out. So maybe he made them uncomfortable and they just wanted him to go. I'm not sure, but I don't feel like we saw what Melanie was saying, in my opinion. Like, he only explored. Listen, he was a bombshell. He bombshelled. The latest two bombshells were not bombshelling. He bombshelled and he found somebody and it worked. Y'all got her sent home. So he found somebody else and it worked. Like, he just talked to like two people. He kissed everybody. Okay, he's the bombshell. And I can't believe I'm defending his overly freaked out behind, but I just felt like that speech was so unnecessary. Like, okay, you're condemning him for being a little fast. Okay. Well, all right. I don't think he's done more than anybody else. Maybe he has, but I don't know. I just felt like that speech was a little harsh. Mel, I felt like it was a little harsh. Anyway, they say Gabe.
But Sincere did the same thing he did.
Exactly. Birds of a feather, child. But she mentions Gabe, and the guys are floored. Who y'all wanted her to choose Caleb? Caleb, who makes sure he talks to everybody, hasn't made anybody uncomfortable.
Caleb should have went home.
Caleb, who got done dirty by Kenzie.
Yeah.
Or Corbin, who has a connection to Kenzie. Like, I knew it was going to be.
Oh, I didn't want Corbin to leave.
Oh, I want him to go.
Why?
He makes me uncomfortable.
Why?
Ugh. Him and that weirdo with them roots. So Gabe goes and he's like shocked because him and Jen are really, I don't know what they're having. They're having sex, but at least they found each other. They're each other's freaked out match, right? She was like, oh my God.
She started to cry.
Oh my God. I can't believe that. Well, she was happy to be saved. And she told the girl, she was just like, I understand, but oh my God. Wow. Like, she was just really taken aback by that because, her and Gabe were having something. We don't know if it was just sex, but I mean, you can't, if you're going to say that he deserves to go home because, his thing with Jen ain't that serious, it's just, physical, you could say the same thing about Corbin and Kenzie.
Okay.
So I just felt like he got the short end of the stick. And then that's where the episode ends. We don't see them get eliminated, but we do see the aftermath, a clip of the aftermath of the guys of the elimination and the guys being upset with them. And Trinity, like, she's sick as Zach. Her and Kata, right? And they were just basically, the guys were just basically mad at the girls for sending Gabe home. And Kate is just like, oh, they're starting to piss me off. And Trinity is just like, yeah, they're getting on my nerves. They're getting on my nerves too. So we are going to see a divide in this group, which, shout out to production. How genius of you to give this elimination, have them choose somebody to go home. You knew it was going to be probably somebody that everybody liked. Now the guys and the girls are going after each other. The villa is divided, and then they're about to go to Casa. Genius.
But I knew this was going to happen because the last episode that we saw, they had a tragedy because they don't usually do that. They would have been eliminated. Well, they had to pick it back up. Right. Now the guys and the girls are mad at each other, and then Ariana is going to come in or have them out, and they're going to be in Casa. So now before it was probably going to be really hard. We were all like, how are they all going to go to Casa? Everybody's in love again. Everybody beefing now. So the connections wasn't as strong as they were when they were writing them love letters to each other. Now that everybody's beefing. So everybody's going to be a bit more open to explore since they're at
war. Now, here's the thing. I think they also did something else as well. And I feel like y'all ate that up, production. I think that Soul and Gabe are going to be at Casa. That's why we didn't see them leave.
Yeah.
We didn't see them leave because Soul and Gabe are going to Casa. And the reason why Soul is going to Casa is for KC. Because Zach looked at KC when they were deliberating on what girl to keep. And he was just like, if we kept Soul, would you explore her? And Casey was just like, yeah, I would explore. And Zach was like, oh, really? Also, Zach is always playing the game.
But Sean might come back too for Anaya. Because I keep on seeing
my mom wants Sean to come back so bad. Mom, he has broke the game show guidelines. He's out of the game.
Oh, because every day he says something about Anaya. He's
out of the game. The reason why we didn't see Soul and Gabe leave is because they're still in the game.
Okay.
They're because normally they show things.
We seen
no, Mom. Normally,
and Nick
no, we did not.
We did so.
Mom, we didn't.
Left with their suitcase.
Yes, they left with their suitcase and they kept on filming.
No,
Mom, they both left. Well, we saw Alandria. We saw Alandria leave. We saw everybody hug, right? But then we also, on the same episode, got Nick eliminated.
Yeah.
Same episode, right? Nick goes out. The camera is filming him leave. And a car pulls up and Alandria is in it. We did not see Gabe and Soul leave. When it's a real elimination, we see everybody go over and hug them. We watch them pack their bags. Then we watch them go in the photo booth and take a picture. And then we watch them walk out. We did not see it this episode because Gabe and Soul are going to Casa.
Okay.
And production is going to pull Soul aside and be like, we hired you to bombshell, break up Anaya and KC. And then we're going to get movie night and we're going to see KC all in between Soul's thighs. However, I'm not sure if Soul is that girl. I don't know if she would want to hurt Anaya.
Oh, she is. She's angry at how.
But she's angry at Melanie. No, she's angry at Sincere. She's not angry at any of the girls. I think they have a little. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But I absolutely believe that Gabe and Soul are going to Casa. That's all I have to say. What do you guys have to say? Let's get into it. We got a lot of comments here. I'm going to try to get to as many people as I can. If you really want me to read your comment, you're going to have to I was about to say cash app. You're going to have to super chat me so it can be a priority comment. Other than that, I'm going to go through as many as I can. And we'll talk until we can't talk no more. Give Me Shelter said, Mama Star's commentary is the best. I happen to agree with you there. I'm scrolling, guys. Forgive me. Y'all are talking in this chat. Amira said Sincere is not even hiding it anymore. Oh, he playing. This voting off showed which man is really running the mandems. Yep. I love that word, mandem. Is that Jamaican or British? Or is it a mixture? BC Nick said, BC Nick is talking to Just John. Hey, Naima. Naima said, especially with the brand deals and the opportunities, Soul will get after the show because of the way she was done and has carried herself. She will have a lot of opportunities. I'm actually nervous about this cast, y'all, because I'm just not seeing the brands interacting like they normally do. Outside of Sacred talking about Sincere, I haven't seen anything else. This is terrible. Half and half. Okay, let's not do this anymore.
What?
Whoever got no shade to Uncle Matt. This is a little too healthy for me. This iced tea. Oh. My God, today.
Yeah, I can't deal with that.
That's why I should have known. That's why I was still here. Neglected said, I think Zach and Bryce are mad about Soul leaving because now Mel and Sin are competition and strong competition. If Soul stayed, Sin might have found her as a distraction, leading to a split in competitive advantage. I happen to agree. Hey, Spency. Spency said, hey, Nikki and Star fam, they did Soul So Dirty. Sincere is giving big hater. Yep. Storm is number one, said Jen is the only one left in the villa calling out Insincere. You know what she is, but screw her. Screw her. I don't like the way she talks about the girls with Kenzie. Ew. Thank you for calling out Sincere, but I'm not rocking with you. You can go too. Divine said, just because you don't like her, facts are facts. Leaving the villa, the girls always have more opportunities in real life. She'll have celebrities in her DMs. Casey will have actual grandmas in his. Oh my God. Just Jonathan said, if Anaya doesn't have another connection, she isn't going anywhere no matter what she hears KC say. She is like Mel. She'll cry, pout, and complain, but stay with him. Yeah, I think that Mel and Anaya are locked in. The boys are locked in for now, but I think they're going to play in Casa. And I think they're going to play in Casa, but I don't think that they'll bring any girl home. And then they'll get exposed in movie night. Stephanie said, I feel like the boys were wrong for sending Soul home. I honestly thought Gabe was safe, but I was tired of him kissing all the time. And so were the girls, child. So were the girls. Hey, Wavy. Wavy said, and I don't want to hear nothing about KC moving forward about regrets with Soul. We saw how Nick fought to save Ola last season. Casey and all these other men do nothing. Let Salutations and Zach run the show. Stephanie said, am I the only one that wanted Kenzie and Corbin to go? No, I wanted them to go too. And I'm absolutely intrigued or interested to see how they are going to react to not being liked by America. For them to not be safe, I know Kenzie is just like, it's because of Caleb. And I want to see if she's going to switch up. Naima said, I really don't think at this point any elimination will make me upset unless it's Trinity and Anaya. Everyone else can leave. Yeah, same. Because I just feel like, especially Trinity, like that's my winner. But I just don't know if she's going to win it with Bryce. Bryce and Zach's relationship is absolutely tarnishing her relationship and how it looks and presents itself. It's just like, and I'm not saying Zach and Bryce because they're homoerotic. I'm saying Zach and Bryce because they're haters. Hannah said they allow for Kenzie and Jen to be in safe couplings. Both guys and girls should have used their brains. I don't know if it's clocked into them yet that they're on a game show. Hey, Kat said justice for Soul. She was calmly checking them and I loved it. Never had to raise her voice. But she let you know how she felt. Chandi said this episode provided more clips of movie night, in my opinion. I think so too. Hey, E for Empathy. E for Empathy said, hey, Nikki. Hey, Mama Star. Hey, Star fam. Happy Thursday, y'all. This episode could have been an email or better yet, a text. And this is why I think we're going to get movie night, because this cast is just, they're not moving the needle. So I think they're going to absolutely give us a movie night to shake things up, because I think that the boys are going to play in Casa, but I don't think they're going to bring anybody back. So they're going to look innocent. They're going to look faithful. And that's why you're going to have to bring in movie night. Zora said, Caleb is so refreshing to watch. He was honest and straightforward with Kenzie and expressing his disappointment. He didn't disrespect her or call her out of her name. Who would have thought a white man at that? Listen, Caleb is doing really, really good. And that's scary. That is scary because, you know, he's a white guy from the South, so you're expecting him to be a terrible human being. And he's actually such a nice guy. I just need to know how he voted. I hate assuming, Caleb. Zora said, looks like King Kata and Trinity are finally waking up. I cannot wait for tomorrow. Previews look promising. I don't know who Zach and Bryce think they are, but Trinity and Kate about to get them right back into shape. Just John said, Jen has clocked a Simpasa from the beginning. She never liked him. Nope. She didn't like how he did Soul. She could see him clear as day. Wavy said, I hope they put Soul and Gabe in Casa and let them come back coupled up with new people. I think they absolutely are going to be in Casa. I think they're going to choose. No, they are going to come back with new people, but I also think that they're going to choose each other. I think they're going to bring somebody back for Caleb. Wavy said, oh, I got that one. Storm is my number one. Said, I'm tired of Zach and Bryce too. It gets to a point. I agree. Naima said, all these episodes are short and so boring. Guys, this is my first season. Is it supposed to be like that? No, you should go back and watch 3. And then I would skip to 6 and then go right to 7. Charles said, I feel bad for Sol, but we also have to remember that she was giggling about kissing Sincere behind Mel's back. She fully inserted herself in a triangle and didn't give herself a second or third option. Well, she's a bombshell. She came into a house that she came into the villa and everybody was like coupled up. So she got too involved with the one guy that was receptive of her. Everybody else is like, oh, I'm married. You know, and so if she could, even if we wanted her to pursue more as a bombshell, I got to be honest, if she pursued any more, the girls would have been like, now hold on. He said, no, what are you doing? She was in an unwinnable situation. She even said it. She was like, I came into Couples Island.
Right.
Like everybody was closed off.
That's right. So
I didn't get a fair shot. I came in too late in the game.
She didn't have an opportunity.
And she's right.
Explore. And that
she's right.
Is on Love Island because they didn't give them anything like when they came in, they just hooked up.
Yeah.
And they didn't give them anything to challenge that.
Yeah. Yasmin says Sincere's mother is locked in, but Mel's family is not. Yeah. I seen that child.
That's like a Maya and Brian.
I seen that child. I seen that. Lord, Lord, Lord. We don't need the families to be beefing. My God, today. Not that. Not that. We'll see. We'll see if Sincere is able to convince them. We will see. Jessica said, I'm disappointed with the votes tonight. Hope Casa shakes things up and Kenzie gets dumped soon. Kenzie won't win, but she's going to make it to the top.
What vote?
Well, you don't think those were America's votes? It's my mic on said KC exposed himself to be incredibly weary in combos with men. Yeah, that's the one quality about him that isn't good that I've seen. He's such a different guy with the guys, and I feel like he's trying to impress them to be one of them. And I don't think he has to do that. I don't think that he has to prove anything to them. But I feel like he just wants to be accepted by them so much that they could have more influence over him than the woman that he's actually coupled up with. And that's disappointing. That really is disappointing. Hey, Megan. Megan says, Sol wasn't bold enough to be a bombshell, honestly. Her personality and the requirements didn't match. I will agree with that. She did not have a bombshell personality. She had the look. She didn't have the personality. You really have to be aware of the fact that you're going to go in there, you're going to step on some toes. Kata, perfect bombshell. She came in, went after what she wanted, got the guy she wanted, sat down with the girls and said, listen, I came in to do my job. I don't got no beef with y'all. Let's be girlfriends.
Well.
No, she did a good job.
Yeah, she did a good job. She did a safe job. That's like Bryce. He's safe with Trinity. Like she's safe with him because he's playing the game. Mm-hmm. But I think she could do better.
Who?
Hayden.
Absolutely. I hope she gets a bombshell. I hope she gets busy in Casa. Megan said, Sol wasn't. Oh, I got that. Fedora said, and Melanie is a bird, I fear. Why not pull Sol for a chat to compare notes? Ever. Protect yourself, girl. I think she didn't pull Sol for a chat to compare notes because she doesn't want to do that.
Who?
Melanie.
Of course.
She's choosing to be ignorant because she likes that guy.
Now
She gonna overlook some stuff because she likes him.
Melanie put on this face to try to get next to find out what was next to Saul. To find out
she want that man. She want that man.
She wanted to find out where she was at. Cause did you see her face when they picked her? She was looking like,
that's her man.
Yeah, goodbye.
That's her man. She don't want to find out nothing else. Ice Macchiato said that's so far for not having a connection. Jen made connections. But also, Soul went after the guys that she was attracted to were already heavily coupled up. Now she tried.
Unfair.
That's unfair. She tried to make it work with Caleb, but she said it in the nicest way. She's not attracted to white men. She said, I don't do that. I don't do apple pie.
Okay.
That's not me. And I'm not going to try to make that happen. And maybe I should, but that's not what I like. I don't like apple pie. I like mac and cheese, macaroni and cheese with some collard greens and cornbread and sweet tea. Okay.
She messed up where she did not pull other guys for a chance.
Who could she pull?
Anyone, because
you know what? She could have pulled Corbin.
She could have pulled Corbin and KC. Forget Anaya getting mad. Pull KC. That's what her job was.
But here's the thing: it's also her job to stay on the show. If she would have put all her eggs in Casey's basket, he wouldn't have picked her. Casey, this is the thing: Casey and Sincere, very similar. They gonna play all day, but they love them girls. Those are who they want to be with, but they still want to play. And I knew that. That's why I felt bad for Soul, because I was just like, he does not want you. He gonna want to play with you, but he wants Melanie. I knew where Sincere was going to end up. BC,
she knew.
Yeah. BC said, what's her name? Maura Higgins was actually a good example of how to bombshell from her season in the UK. I absolutely agree. She was a great bombshell and did not care. Wavy said, well, baby, call me Soul because I ain't never chasing, period. Amira said, the way he gaslights Soul by saying, you're no angel too. I think the poor girl was so flabbergasted, like us, the viewers, that she was too stunned to speak and started spewing F-bombs. Exactly, because how you going to turn this around on me? You are the liar. She never lied and never gave him false hope. Even her first conversation with him was just like, so what's going on with you and her? Because I don't want to step on no toes and make enemies here. He said, oh, no, we're open. You weren't open, Sincere. You weren't. Sincere and Melanie do this thing where they act like they're attracted to other people and get in these relationships with other people to make the other person jealous. I said that earlier in my first few lives, that anybody that will get in between Melanie and Sincere are just collateral damage. They are always going to end up with each other. Storm is number one, said the cast. I'm sorry, I keep on scratching my nose. I think my sunburned? It's like some irritation right here. I didn't put on my sunscreen today. And here's the thing. I haven't been on top of it because it's supposed to be June gloom. This is like, we get fall for like a month in LA. Like it feels like Maine for a month. It feels and looks like Maine for a month. We haven't had June gloom, child. Global warming is real. Storm is my number one, said this cast acts like they're married. Yep. I haven't seen every season, but this just seems excessive. It is. I'm telling you, we have season 7 and season 8 are complete opposites of each other. Season 7, we were begging them to like close off. It was like a week left. They were still exploring. We had a week left. These couples were still exploring. And we were like, okay, who are we going to vote for? We don't have any couples. They waited till like we had 3 days left in the villa, and then they started closing off. There were no more bombshells. Of course you're going to close off. But this cast, they came in day one and said, we are engaged. They are all total opposites. I am interested to see how all of these people will interact in Love Island Games. Bikinis and Bot says she tried with Gabe. He grossed her out. Bryce was not interested. Casey was scared. Zach is pretending to be married. Yeah, she didn't really have a good run. And I agree with what she said. She was like, I came in too late in the game and everybody was closed off. Amira said, I know men like sincere. They love to rage bait you and are cursing you out so they can get out of the conversation and not take any accountability. Or they love rage baiting you because they like seeing you get worked up over them. They think it's cute. That's what he does with Melanie. And that's probably why her family is not a fan of him. Simone said, watch Soul become the Jalen of this season. The public favor toward her in the last days. The public favor toward her last days in the villa. Absolutely. Jessica said, okay, but did y'all see how Zach was stretching, gazing into each other's eyes? What's up with them? I don't know, girl. Yasmin said, Nikki, we need a cooking vlog for your Juneteenth food. Here's the thing. I think I'm going to be in them streets for Juneteenth because there's so much happening in LA. I'm like, do I want to be home cooking? I don't know. We'll see. I might cook on Sunday for the Juneteenth weekend, but tomorrow I feel like I'm going to be out in them streets. I'm going to be having a time in Inglewood, child. It's the energy. It's the energy in this city right now. And I just feel like that's where I need to be. I may cook on Sunday. If I do cook, I will absolutely film it. But you guys know what I'm making. We're not going to do chicken this time because the chicken tastes really weird now. Every time we get a Republican president, the food starts tasting weird. So I'm probably going to do I'm not probably going to do fried fish, collard greens, of course, cornbread, sweet potato pie. I don't know. Do I want to do candied yams and sweet potato pie? We're going to do individual mac and cheese. I'm not going to do a big pot. Here's the thing. It's getting hot. All that cheese and cream is too heavy. I'm probably going to do some red beans and rice. What else? Am I leaving anything out, Mom? Mom! Mom, are you ignoring me?
No, I'm sorry.
Oh, you're watching this game. I'm sorry.
I apologize.
I'm sorry. What else? Did you hear my Juneteenth menu? Fried fish, red beans and rice, collard greens and cornbread, watermelon drink.
No string beans?
You want to do collard greens and string beans?
I guess what you want.
One or the other. Come on, girl. I want to do individual mac and cheese, though. I'm not going to make a big pot. We're not going to eat all that. What else? I'm doing sweet potato pie.
How about an apple pie?
Apple? Okay. Mom, go back to watching your game. I can't.
No, I was just saying that because Soul said.
Oh, Soul said apple pie. Yes. If I do apple pie, it's going to be the McDonald's apple pies I'm so excited about. I'm stuttering. That they finally are bringing back. Millennials, they're bringing back the apple pies. Are we boycotting them? Let me know.
Yeah,
we are? What they do now? Damn, McDonald's, get it together.
They don't sell real food.
Okay, well. Hello. They clone Tyrone. I think that's it. I might do something else because I got the if you haven't had it, Black Americans, if you haven't had it, get the African American cookbook. I have it, and the recipe's magnifique. That's what I'm going to be using this Juneteenth to cook out of. So we will see. But I don't think I'm going to cook a lot though. It's hot. If this was June gloom, I would have made a feast. But LA is hot, and it's hot in June. If it's going to be hot in June, yikes. I don't know if we're going to be able to survive August. Lord. We never got our June gloom. Hannah said the fact that we got not one date shows how bad this season is. I agree. Not even a show is sending these people on dates. Megan said, I want the girls to kick Kenzie out, Bad Girls Club style. Throw her mattress in the pool or something. I'm sick of her. Yes. Two is for life said, Corbin makes my head hurt. I need him and Kinsey out immediately. I agree. K235 said, I wouldn't call what sincere feels for Melanie love. What sincere feels for Melanie love. Maybe infatuation and tri-state trauma bond. Yeah, I don't mean that these kids are in love, but the boys got their number ones. Their boys got their number ones. Heather said Casey did show on his face he didn't want Soul gone. He even said it, and that is why Soul is going to Casa. We gonna see. Jessica said these couples make me sick, not gonna lie. And the men are trifling. Caleb needs to boss up. I know you're young, but the cowboy thing is annoying. Agreed. Hey, Coco. Coco said soul reading insidious to absolute filth. Oh, I was fist pumping the air. Me and my mom were too. Oh my God, it was so good. We were so proud of her. Hey, Miriam. Mario said, and to do it in a room full of people shaking my head, that's traumatizing the people in the room who did not consent to hearing and seeing all of that. Like, just, and like, they're in the middle. They're not like on the end. They're not the last bed. They're in the middle. So you got people on both sides watching your head bobbing back and forth as somebody's genitalia. Oh no! These people, that different world, child. Yasmin said, "I'm trying to figure out why the girls sent Gabe home." Well, they're not going to send Corbin home because of Kinsey. They don't know that she's a hater. That's what movie night is for. And they're not going to send Caleb home because that's the baby of the villa. They done made him their toddler. Because if you see, Caleb talks to all of the girls. And he's always just like, well, you know, Kinsey hurt my feelings, but I'm going to try to make it work and maybe pull somebody for a chat. I don't know. I'm just sad. And they're like, oh, Caleb, that's he's the baby.
Right.
Art World said, I'm so glad Gabe is gone. I can't take watching them make out anymore. Did she really go downtown? Sure did. He's not going. He's not going. He will continue to get fellatio on this villa till America votes him out again. Hey, Charles. Charles said, notice how it's Jen and Kinsey getting their boxes shaken, child. Willing, like, no, not putting up a fight, giving it out.
Well, he wasn't.
Child, no, said, like, girl, you're a model and he's not going anywhere. Like, calm down. Sophie said Mel's speech for Gabe leaving made no sense. It kind of sounded like she didn't like him. And I'm like, what did I miss? Because I was waiting for Trinity to be like, girl, we ain't say all that. It was too much. Ephraim said that was our last awkward Jen and Gabe moment. Not going to miss it. I don't think they're going, y'all. Zora said, and now he's gone, shaking my head. She'll be doing the same to Caleb. Listen, I don't want Jen for Caleb. No.
Pay attention.
No, but Caleb is too young. I don't think he'll be able to take it. I don't think he can handle all the stuff she would do to him. He's too young. KT35 said it's not a Gen Z thing because all them girls are Gen Z. You're right, but only a certain two have done that. Seems to be cultural. But you know what? Those and they probably both have like scriptures in their bio. Dems be the ones, child. Nina said, it made me so mad when Sim was like, you're not an angel either. Like, excuse me, when was Soul on trial? You did her dirty. And when wasn't she an angel? I was waiting for an example. Never gave it. Kat said, Sin tried to gaslight Soul. It was a hard watch. Yep, me too, Indigo. Indigo said, I love that Soul kept her foot on his neck. Sure did. She dragged him. She did. Khalifa said she dragged him politely. She sure did.
And she got it off her chest.
Yeah, and I'm happy for her.
She did not like it. She
Yeah.
did not like how he presented himself to her and how he made her look and feel. So I'm glad she was able to get her couple of this back.
Me too. Sapphire said, if that's us, I can only imagine Beatrice's surprise to his actions. All that boohoo crying he did just to end up this way with Jen. Now, here's the thing, right? Again, I'm not judging, but I'm like, Gabe, you did all of that crying when B left, and now you and Jen are doing everything. My God, today you got over her quickly. It's giving Pepe. It's giving Pepe. Nello, speaking about soul, said she tore him up, and I loved every second. He really tried to spin it. I love how not only did she tear him up, she never let him get a word in. Because he's such a liar that he would have been able to twist that all the way around. She never let him get a word in so he could talk his way out of that lashing. Jessica said, movie night is better include all of Sincere's lies. I think it will. Movie night's absolutely going to include Sincere lying to both Soul and Mel, and Sincere playing in Casa. Movie night is absolutely going to include KC going back and forth with his feelings about Anaya, the things that he said about her when he was frustrated, and they're absolutely going to show him act a fool in Casa. Movie night is absolutely going to include Zach and Bryce dragging everybody in the villa. Movie night is absolutely going to include Kenzie and Corbin and their secret love affair when they were coupled up with other people. I think the only people who are safe is Caleb, not even Jen, because they're going to show Jen dragging the girls with Kenzie. I think Caleb and Anaya might be the only people. Caleb, Anaya, and Kata, I think might be the only people safe, because I feel like Melanie in her early days, they might have something on her in the villa. But Anaya, Caleb, and Kata might be the only people who do not get dragged during movie night. Amira said his mama had no right naming him Sincere. Beyonce's hairline should just delete their tweet. The show is so popular. I don't think they're going to end that collab, because I'm telling you, him and Melanie are going to end on a really good note. They are. They're going to end on a really, really good note. Should I put like aloe? I got to get some aloe. Because, girl, Fitz said, finally, somebody checked Sincere. I need Melanie to be on that, but Sincere can't do anything wrong in her eyes. No, that's her baby. She not going to talk to him like that, especially on camera. Char said Sincere could have definitely let her know 100%, but let's not forget that Soul was excited at the end of sneaking around with Sincere. She was giggling about almost getting caught. Well, you know, you got a point. You got a point. Fitz said Zach. Oh, we got that. Oh, wait, but I also want to get Cameron. Cameron said the whole sports massage scene was definitely foreshadowing that we might be getting an LGBT season of Love Island, and Zach might be on it. Wouldn't that be something? But I was actually thinking about that. I was just like, I would love a LGBTQ plus Love Island. But then I thought about the premise of the show. I do not think that could happen in America. Not right now. Not under this administration. Because, you know, you got to get nasty on that show. No way. No way. Great TV, though, but they wouldn't do it. Jessica said, also, I did peep when Zach said to Caleb he could explore Kata too. He don't want Kata. She's going to see that. And the thing about it is, it's going to be great TV. I say that as like a producer. As a viewer, as a woman, that's going to be a tough scene to watch because we're going to see that girl's world crumble. And we're going to see her try to piece things together and put herself together after giving so much of this man to this man, of herself to this man. That's going to be really hard. Really, really hard to watch. Charles said, I need Trinity and Kayla to leave those men. I cannot have two beautiful women be with men whose optics is that they are gay for each other. Oh, Lord. Here's the thing. Unfortunately, I think the girls are going to be good in casa. I think the girls are going to be good in casa. I don't think anybody but Jen is bringing somebody home. I think they're going to be good. Chin Chin said, did you see the video with Zach, Hands, and Bryce's? But yeah, I saw that. Child, that's what they do. Megan said, what sports have they been doing that require? No, here's the thing. That the show is listening and reading, you guys' social media posts. So they're feeding into the narrative. That scene was not necessary. It just added to the narrative. Lil said, where the F are the bombshells? We won't be getting any. They're going to be in casa. The bombshells are in casa. Heather said, Sean said in an interview, there is nothing between Zach and Bryce. I don't think so either. I just think that this is like a cultural thing. I also think that Zach clings to Bryce because he's white. And you have to realize it was just Zach and Bryce in that home, in that villa. It was the people of color island for a while. And I think he just got really, really close to him because he was uncomfortable and being in a space where he's outnumbered by people of color. Now, yes, he comes from London. Yes, London is diverse, many will say. But these are American people of color. He don't understand them, right? They move a little different over here. And I think it was just easier for Bryce was an easier relationship. So he got a lot closer to him than he would have. I feel like if he was on Love Island UK, I don't think he would have moved like this. But he is clinging to Bryce because Bryce is the most familiar to him. Fid said, I will say I truly appreciate Trinity and Bryce's real life conversations. Very interesting. And I learn about them each time. They really, really are. Trinity is the youngest girl there. She's by far the most mature. And I'm like, she's the baby of her family. How does she have so much wisdom? Love watching her. Jessica said, Kenzie said she was celibate for a year or so, but the way she gaslit Caleb on that eyesight test number stuff, I don't believe it. She's freaked out. I don't think so either. Guys, remember, Kenzie was on, sorry, I'm like in the process of moving and I just realized I left my freaking packing tape. I was like packing a box. And I left the packing tape on my freaking antique shelf and I ripped some of the paint off. I cannot wait for this to be done. Anyway, I don't think that Kenzie has ever been celibate. I think she was lying about that. Because, well, you know what? Maybe she was celibate and ready to just give it away. Because the way she had been talking before Corbin even stepped on the villa, every moment she's talking about creaming. Oh my God, I'm about to cream right now. I'm like, girl, it's breakfast. Calm the hell down. Oh, everybody in this villa is overly freaked out. What is happening? Oh, these are the COVID kids. So they spent a lot of time on the internet. Oh, Lord knows what they was watching on them iPads. They were not watching YouTube. SEO said, does anybody else wonder why people are rooting for Soul but against Melanie when essentially they both were treated the same way? unfortunately, it's becoming like the Huda situation. I think that the people that are rooting for Soul, not all, but those that are being very vocal about rooting for her are rooting for her because they don't like Melanie. And it's just so weird. You don't know these people. It's so weird. Storm said, Final Four. I hope not. Well, I think that that's it. I think that's our Final Four. Unless something monumental happens in Casa, I don't see the girls bringing anybody back except for Jen. And I don't see the guys bringing anybody back except for Caleb. Movie night is going to be the real test. Hot Pepper Stepper said Casey is too cowardly for me. I need Anaya to unrepentantly bring someone back to Casa. I don't think she will, y'all. I don't think her and that boy are locked in. Mary said, unpopular opinion, I think KC was more sorry about Soul not having a real experience than him not being with her. I can see that. And here's the thing. I'm not sure. I'll know more in Casa. Because Casey is a nice guy, but I'll know more in Casa. We'll see how he performs in Casa. Destiny's Child said, do you think producers will want Kenzie in the bottom? I think they know that she's just not a favorite of the villa. And I not of the fan base, but I think they absolutely want to keep her around for movie night just to get reactions from people, because I think they really want a reaction out of Melanie, because Melanie has really been controlling her emotions. And I think they are baking on Melanie seeing how Kenzie has betrayed her and such a backstabber. I think that's going to shake some things up. Also, you want to shake some things up be within this cast because everybody is so loyal. This is a game show. You got to get a little cutthroat. So I think they're going to keep this cast for movie night. Only said production rigged the votes to keep Kenzie and Corbin, Melanie, and Sincere safe. Absolutely. I think this is for movie night. I think after movie night, they don't care who goes and who stays. NC said Kenzie's face when Ariana announced Melanie was the last couple safe. You could have knocked that young lady over. SEO said also Soul saw Sincere in how he treated Melanie. So it's odd to me that she was so shocked that he was still doing what he did when she met him. But here's the thing. America put her with him. So she probably is believing that you guys are seeing that she is a good fit for him. Everybody regretted that when they realized how much of a liar he was. Because remember, we were the only ones who were clocking Soul. The rest of that fan base was acting like he was some victim. He was some abused husband. So he had a lot of protection for a very long time. Now they see who he is and they regretted putting Soul with him. So, she's thinking that this is the right way because America is seeing what she's not, America has a better view of this. And if America wanted her with Sincere, then obviously they thought that Sincere was a good guy. Yikes. Jessica said Kenzie was shook. She couldn't believe it. You lost to Melanie yet again. Yet again. Megan said, better luck next time, Blondie. Unique said, count your days, Kenzie. Count your days. And that's true. Hot Pepper said you can't have lover girls as bombshells. Very, 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 very true. Destiny's Child said Kenzie is upset the blue eyes and blonde hair didn't win over in America. Well, here's the thing. The people in Kennesaw are just like, girl, you're not the standard here either. So why are you over there acting like that on this show? They said at KSU, she was not it. So they're like, why is she acting like she that girl in Love Island? Because she wasn't that girl in Kennesaw. Wavy said, what do we even have to look forward to tomorrow and Sunday before Casa? Are they going to bring in the bombshells? I can't watch 2 more nights of these couples. What's going to happen tomorrow is that Gabe and Soul are going to leave the villa only to go get into a van and be chartered off to Casa. Everybody's going to go to bed. Half of them are going to one of them is going to get a text to get the rest of the guys or the girls, hop on a boat, and go to Casa. And then Sunday is going to be Casa. And I think we're going to be in Casa for like 3 or 4 days. And then we're going to get back to Casa. And then the following week will be movie night. And we will see the aftermath of that. I think we will have one elimination next week. But I don't think they're going to get rid of but I think that elimination is just going to be for, Caleb in a bombshell or Soul in a bombshell. They're going to keep that main cast until movie night. Yasmin said, unless Love Island gives me a line to fill in, I won't be voting on this season. Oh, listen, I will say, as somebody who has removed my emotional investment from the season and I'm just watching it to have a good time, it's a lot better this way. I'm not voting because I don't care. It's a lot. It's so much more enjoyable this way. Hey, Simply said, I dare for production. Since the audience feels like Soul didn't get a fair shot, we should get to vote to replace her with one of the girls. Well, you don't have to do that. I'm telling you, she's going to be at Casa. Hot Pepper said, when he gave that speech, I knew that demon walked on the earth. Destiny's Child said, the guys listen to Sincere. Ugh, where is the backbone? He's convincing, guys. Sincere is very convincing. He convinced half the fan base that he was a good guy. only for him to play in their face the following episode. Jessica said, they were wicked for letting that man warm regards and Sincere do the speech. As soon as he stood up, I said, Soul is going home. I knew. Indigo said, Sincere does not want Soul in the house because she sees who he really is and he can't charm her anymore. Yep. And the more she's in there, the more she's talking about how he treated her. And the more people are looking at him like, oh, you are not the good guy we thought you were. Brittany said, Sincere basically ball hog Soul, lied to her, led her on, and got rid of her when he was done with her. Zach, KC, and Bryce were all open to keep her. That was 100% Sincere's choice. But the guys went along with it. Hey, Jim. Jim said Gabe said that he didn't want anyone else. He wanted Jen. And basically, they should have shown the girls the footage of what Gabe said to Jen. I think even if they saw the video, they still would have sent him home because, again, they've taken Caleb on as their baby. And they're not going to send Corbin home because of Kenzie. Charles said, KC saying keep Soul so he can explore. KC, did you have this combo with Anaya? He never does. And then Anaya gets upset and he gets mad at her for being upset. And he even said it. He said, I'm glad the letter did what my words couldn't do. They got a communication problem. Just wrap it up. Get Anaya a tall dreadhead. Nina said, also the audacity for Sincere to say the reason Soul should leave is because she is not in a strong coupling, as if that was not his doing. Crazy work. Yep. Zora said, yet they saved Corbin for Kenzie. There is some pity there regardless whether they admit it. I agree. That's why I'm like, this reunion is going to be good. And I'm going to watch Beyond the Villa just for Trinity. SEO said, I am not shipping Sincere with anyone, but I knew that Melanie had to be with someone in order to make it to Casa. Yep. I won't say these are strong couples, but these are couples the show wants to continue on with. So they're going to make it extremely difficult for you to get rid of them. And if you try to get rid of them, they're going to do so many twists and turns that you're going to end up eliminating people that you really like. And until you learn your lesson, good cast members will be eliminated. They don't play. You cannot outgame them. Naima said Corbin or Gabe could have went for me, but I can see how the speech was harsh. True. Yasmin said Gabe is the only one to actually play Love Island, even though he was freaked out. Well, here's the thing. Melanie mentioned that he did the Love Island game. He played it how it was supposed to be played, and you eliminated him? How does that make sense? How does that make sense? Coco said what they said about Gabriel wasn't even accurate. He was with B, cried when she left, then was with Jen, who he got coupled up with not by choice. Like, what the F are they talking about? It was weird. And I'm like, why are y'all chastising him? he may be doing a bit more than what you're doing, but he's not that far off from what everybody else is doing. SEO said if Soul learned anything, she should have been protecting herself and exploring anyone she could, regardless of what Sincere was saying, especially since she watched him play with Melanie. True. And that's one thing. I'm like, you got to watch how a man treats another woman. That's why I listen, unless there's a mugshot and a confession, can't no man tell me another woman is crazy. I'm gonna believe that girl every time. Brittany says Sincere monopolized Soul's entire Love Island experience. He never even considered that she might want to explore other people. That's why he was so confused by her speech, because he didn't really want her. He wanted her as long as Melanie was annoyed. And as soon as Melanie was no longer interested, as soon as she started sleeping in that bed with Corbin, all of a sudden he wanted his baby back. Yeah. I told y'all he's going to play, but as soon as he realizes he might lose her, he going to lock back in. And he did. Jennifer said maybe Gabe and Jen were messing up their sleep schedules. Probably. Nina said also, I love how season 7 was dumping Islanders for not exploring enough. And now season 8 is saying people are exploring too much. It's a mess. It's the complete opposite seasons. They are nothing alike. SEO said, I don't think Gabriel was playing the game. I think he was just having a good time. Me too. Hey, Vicky said Melanie could have just said they wanted to give an opportunity for someone to find someone. It felt like she was attacking. She was chastising a dude. And I'm like, I don't like this, Melanie. I don't know. Yes, Trinity for president. Trinity for the win. That's my girl. BC Nick said, I don't know. I gotta be real. Melanie does bother me. Put me in that group. I don't think she bothers me because I get her. Chocolate Tuna said Gabriel was supposed to be an OG, but the racist girl pushed him back in episode 2 of Bombshell. And that's the thing. I'm like, did the guys know each other? I don't know. But the guys got so mad, and that made me feel like they were closer to Gabriel than we saw. I couldn't believe they were that upset. I'm like, we rarely saw y'all talking to him like that. SEO said people vote out who they want to vote out, and then they make up whatever reason they need to justify it, and then get mad at production when they stop you from trying to game their show. Jim said, OMG, he did it once. Like, don't tell me you weren't all over Sincere, Mel. It's weird how the standards are different for Gabe than everybody else in the villa. And I'm just like, y'all doing the same thing. He's just unapologetic about it. Zora said same could be said for Kinsey, but that's the game he was supposed to explore. Yep. Ice Macchiato said Gabriel made me uncomfortable as a viewer, to be honest, LOL. But I felt like he was the wrong pick. Agreed. Him and Jen. KT35 said, mind you, Kinsey has explored with 4 to 5 people already too. So any of the girls had an opportunity to explore and could have gone home. It was her. She should have went home, to be honest with you. But again, I'm not mad that Soul got eliminated because I think she's in Casa. I don't think she left yet. Lelo said, classic. The man plays and the girl is the one that pays the price. Soul got played. She didn't bombshell, but hate to see a man get off scot-free. Agreed. Charles said, I almost thought it was Corbin and I wouldn't have been mad because Kinsey would have crashed out and shown her true colors towards the girls. Can I tell you, I don't think she would have done that. I think if Corbin would have left, she would have did, a little sweet goodbye to him. And then she would have went over to Caleb and the next day would have been like, I'm glad that he's gone. So me and you don't have that distraction anymore. Now my head is clearer and I know what I want, and it is you. I think she would have absolutely done something like that. That's how she is. Wavy said Caleb has no other options in the house. It made sense for him to go. Oh, I absolutely agree. But he's the baby of the villa. The girls have adopted him as their baby. The only person who was just like, no, this is not how we play the game, Trinity. Trinity was like, this is not Pity Island. He don't have nobody. But the girls were like, no, not our Caleb. Lord, they fall into stereotypes so quickly. Joyce says Sincere was really mean in this episode. Like, he was actually sinister. Guys, he's been like that. But he's cute. And he got long hair. So he's not going to be clocked like he would if he wasn't handsome. Sweeter than a honeycomb said girls might have been punishing Gabe over B. Oh, that's a good point. I don't think they like how quickly he moved on, or it at least made them question his motives. I think you're right, because they did mention that. I think you're right. Hannah said, not one good decision by both men and women. Yep. Jessica said, I wasn't minding Gabe and Jen, but the sounds at night could get annoying. I just felt like it was so much so soon in a room full of people. Remember, we love Nick, but he got on the cast of The Villa's Nerves last season. Him and that girl, Sierra, they were just like, it's too much. Sierra was literally riding him. She would literally get on top of him and ride him in a room full of people. It was too much. It was too much. Like, at some point, you have to realize that you're being disrespectful, because the people in the room, they're not consenting to what you're doing. I know that's the name of the, I know that's what they do on Love Island, but it's just like, I get a little makeout or whatever, but you're literally getting on top of this guy and making all these sounds to the point where everybody's just like, y'all doing too much. And Sierra's just like, oh, well, we had a lot of making up to do, all right? We were celebrating. No, I did not consent to hearing you get smashed while I'm sleeping. No. Storm said the girls helped Kinsey. They saved both of her men. They aren't using their brains. They are setting her up for a win. Yep, I've been said that. They've been mammying that girl since she got in there, and they're going to mammy her to a win. I mean, she's not going to win now because of how she treated Caleb. But if she would have chose Caleb and not Corbin, I would have let y'all know, show's over. It's Kinsey's. She had that money. She messed it up for herself. Sweet said, Jen does not care about Gabe. She cares about being single. Here's the thing. I think you're right. Because when he got eliminated, she went, oh, I understand, guys, but I'm like, you're about to do butt stuff with him on camera. You're not a little bit broken up? Jen! Jessica said, honestly, reviews are making me enjoy this season. Other than that, again, like I said, I'm bored. Casa better be good, especially since it's airing in theaters. Here's the thing. I think they planned for it to be monumental, because if they put Casa in the theaters and it's a dud, they're going to lose so much credibility. This is a huge gamble they're making. So they're going to do their big one. They're definitely going to do their big one. Lilo said, Gabe is for the streets, but he didn't deserve that shade. He's the only one that was honest and didn't play anyone. I agree. Hannah said, the cast should have gone to Love is Blind if they were going to be closed off so early. I agree. Hey, Janelle. Janelle said, Kinsey definitely wanted Caleb to leave because he is calling her bluff on Corbin not being her type. Sincere and Kinsey are literally the same person and are doing the same thing to the people that they strung along until their match that they really wanted came back to them. Kinsey absolutely was glad that was hoping that Caleb was going to go, because again, just like with Soul, he is clocking her for who she is. And if he is bold enough to say that to her, he's going to say that to other people. He has been saying that to other people. So it's not going to work in her favor, where he's like, oh, she was telling me this. If he stays in the house, right, and he starts talking to the girls and the guys, because Caleb talks to the girls more, and he starts saying, well, she was saying this to me and that to me and making me feel this way. And he has opened up to a few people. You only need to talk to one to get the tea out there. So he would have been bad for her game. So I think she absolutely wanted him gone. And then Ariana last episode was just like, oh, you're in a couple now with Soul. And she was like, she thought he was out of there. Nope, still in the game. Still in the game. Charles said on the nose, Nikki. KC fitting to explore with Soul and Casa if there's FS. What's FS? If she's there, FS. What? What that mean? Megan said Nick and Ola went straight from that elimination to a date. Yep, and then Casa. No, they both were eliminated from Casa. Then they went to a date and then back to the villa. That might be. Oh my God, you think they're going to do that again? You think that Soul and Caleb are going to get a date? I don't think so. I don't think so. It may be Soul and KC. They got something up their sleeve, y'all. They got something messy up their sleeve. Khalil, hey baby, said I don't want to see anyone come back or go to Casa. I want new frustrations. We're almost 3 weeks in. We got it. This is the cash, y'all. We got to take them to the end. Yasmin said, y'all are going to be disappointed in Casa. You better go with low expectations. They're putting Casa in the theater. It better eat, because this will not be good for them. If people are going to pay money to watch this in theaters. It better be good. Zora said KC is out of his depth. He and Anaya are not compatible.
This is going to be free in the theater.
Oh, Casa's going to be free?
Yeah.
How you know?
They can't get nobody to watch it now, so how the heck they think somebody's going to be?
Mom, I think they're paying for it. BC said, I don't think we saw them leave because the episode ended. Well, I don't think they're gone. I don't. SEO said, that's what I was thinking, Janelle, but Jen did a lot in the villa in front of everyone. Sure did. Naima said, I don't think Gabe or Soul are coming back. They're going to be on After Sun. Oh, really? Did they announce that? Because isn't After Sun on Saturday? Sapphire said, oof, I wish, but your plan sounds too good for production to produce, Nikki. I feel like Soul is going to be in Casa for KC. Because here's the thing. KC is already locked in with Anaya. Soul was the only one that could probably get him. I don't think he's going to do too much with a new bombshell. I think he's going to be a good boy. He just got Anaya back. We'll see. Now, if Soul is there, he might play.
I was surprised that he just got Anaya back and he said, all that stuff about.
Me too.
He would have tried.
I'm like, boy, make up your mind.
Oh my God.
SEO said, I wanted to see Sean with Anaya. I feel like he would have done the work to make her feel safe. This is the thing. Sean is on a lot of talking about Anaya now that he's out of the villa. We didn't see him pull her or anybody.
An opportunity to do anything.
Okay.
Sean didn't get an opportunity. I mean, Sean was going. It came on one day. He was going in there.
True. Jennifer said, I feel like Soul just wants to get out of there and away from these people at this point. She sure do. She's sick of them. She's sick of them. I felt like Soul was about to just go down the line and read everybody for filth. She was sick of them. Well, it was closed off island, so I really didn't get a chance to play.
It was.
But she was right. Zora said, Soul is raging. Production will use that to manipulate. Oh, good TV is to come. Rubbing hands together like Birdman. We'll see. But they got to do something big for Casa. They have to do something big. Stormer's my number one said, I don't think production is that far ahead. Plus, they're saying Soul is on After Sun. Y'all think they're going for real? Takia Nicole said they have brought back eliminated islanders in the UK who left and did. Oh, really? That's why I think something like that might happen, because they want people to pay for this in the theater. They got to do something big. But we'll see. Hey, Nala. Nala said, honestly, I hope the show can get good now after this vote. Excuse me. We will see. Lelo said, isn't the preview of tomorrow about them leaving? I saw Gabe packing. But did we see him leaving? We'll see. We'll see. SEO says Soul might rage at home. NC said in the preview, I saw Gabe packing his suitcase in tomorrow's episode. I think they didn't show it tonight because it's technically a cliffhanger. I don't think Soul and Gabe are going to Casa. Dang. Then what they gonna do? They're really banking on this Casa being it. What they gonna do? Hey, Pip named Slickback. Thank you for the super chat. Pip named Slickback said, I'm sorry, Caleb should have gone home. I'm just not feeling it with him. Gabe is a freak, but he's at least interested. Gabe is boring. Him and did you mean Caleb is boring? Him and Jen, bye-bye. Or Gabe is boring. Him and Jen, bye-bye. Listen, it should have been Caleb, but Caleb is the Villa baby. They're not gonna let him go. But Keeney's
who is he going to explore?
Jen.
Jen.
Yes. Caleb like white girls.
Yeah.
He gonna explore Jen. But I just feel like Jen might be too much for him. Bikinis and Boat said, Sincere so weird, being so rude to Soul, vindictive man. How am I the only bad guy in here? I said, why are we talking about that? Why can't you stand up to what you said to her? Stand in how you made her feel. Don't deflect. Take it like a big boy. Zora said, nah, Michael B. Jordan waiting on Soul. Let her leave these little boys in the villa. I hope not. I hope, Michael, you just got an Oscar. Don't be weird. Don't be weird. You are good and grown. That's weird. Megan said, I need this next batch of bombshells to bombshells like never before. Show out. We'll see.
Yeah,
we'll see.
It's a little boring.
We'll see, y'all. VC said, Soul wants nothing to do with the show. She's sick of all of them. That's why we need the reunion and we need her on Beyond the Villa. I want to watch this cast. Here is why. I feel like, especially with Trinity in the mix, I feel like they'll actually be interesting. I think this might be the first successful Beyond the Villa. I think so. Only said production is bogus for rigging the votes. I wanted Kenzie gone. Guys, they're going to hold on to her because they need her for movie night. What's up, Rocky? Rocky said, I just can't get with Soul, mainly because she had no issue with Sincere lying to Melanie, and she would have been happy had she been chosen. I believe she's used to being the preference to most men of color. Ooh. I also feel like she believed him when he told her about Melanie. And see, this is the thing. She should have watched how he treated Melanie and listened to what he said about her. And that should have been a warning to her. Because if he was just booed up with that girl, and now he's booed up with you, whispering sweet nothings in your ear, and he just met you, and telling you that you can't say nothing or do this because of, because my girl is my ex is crazy. You should have watched how he moved. You wouldn't have been in that situation if you watched how he moved with her and how he spoke about her. You should not have believed him. And I understand, right? Her listening to him and believing him and trusting him. But I'm just saying, he was just with that girl. And if he's moving like that with the woman he was just with and speaking like that about a woman he was just with, that should at least spark your womanly discernment. Your woman's intuition should have been like,
Not necessarily.
This is weird.
Not necessarily.
Why not?
The show just came on 2 days ago. Like, I mean, my gosh. Nobody, coming into that.
But if you have to sneak around, that should give you pause.
But I'm just saying, in her defense, she probably didn't think that they were that serious.
She's a bombshell. She gets to watch the show before she comes in.
Oh, okay.
But I don't think they show them everything. So that's why I'm giving her grace on that. I'm not sure if she's seen everything. NC said, Soul's best friend forever was online talking ish about Anaya. I don't want Soul anywhere near KC at this point. Anaya doesn't deserve that. Soul's friend is also talking crap about her. Yeah. She has terrible friends.
Yeah.
Those friends are garbage. You are literally in the villa and they are out in the villa, not only dragging you, but making stuff real difficult for her. Terrible friends. Drop all them girls. They're haters. They are haters. We got another super chat from Young Boy Goated. What's up? Said Caleb is MAGA. He retweeted a few Trump stuff. And I didn't want to judge a book by its cover, but here we are. Thank you so much, Young Goated, for the super chat. Cha-ching! Appreciate you for funding your girl. Thank you so much. We got another super chat from Joyce. Thank you, Joyce. Cha-ching! Joyce said the producers need to shake things up. Also, Sincere is a different type of evil. He really upset me this episode, and Soul didn't deserve to go. Now that you guys are making me feel like she's actually gone, I do feel bad. I thought we were going to see her again. She did get destroyed and was sick. Poor baby. Thank you all for the super chat. I truly appreciate you, investing in me. I love it. Zora said, yeah, saw Anaya featured on page 6. She'll be fine either way. Yeah, Anaya's good. I feel like all the girls, except for Kenzie, are good. And Jen. I don't know if Kenzie and Jen are going to come out to like a lot of opportunities because this show likes girls, right? And Jen and Kenzie are not living up to that. Sweetheart said, I have to head to bed, but thanks for the review, Nikki and Mama Star. I'll be watching the rest on replay. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm going to wrap up too, but I want to get a couple more because we just had so many people in the chat and I want to make sure that everybody has been heard. Megan said, I think they should do a movie night while they're at Casa. Maybe that's what they're going to do. Or do a secretive live stream in the other villas. I'm telling you, I think that may be it, Megan, because I'm like, what are they going to do? They're having it in theaters for a reason. They are expecting it to be big. What are they going to do? Are they going to give us Casa and movie night? If they are streaming, I think they're going to let everybody play in Casa for like 2 days. Then they may do what you said, Megan, and start streaming each other's Casa to the villas, to different villas. Girl. I think they actually might do it because Anaya is not going to do anything until she sees KC holding it up at Casa. That, Megan, I think you're right. I think you're right, Megan. Hannah said, side note, are you going to review the series Polygamous? It's so good. No, send it to me on Instagram. I have no idea what that is. Nonsense Behavior said, I don't know why people are confused about Gabe getting dumped. That man was playing Hookup Island, not Love Island. But he had locked it in with Jen. Hot Peppers said, also, she wasn't most of the guys' type. Who, Jen? I don't know why she wasn't. A blonde with big titties. I thought she would have ate at that villa.
We want to see who Jen really is, because she don't like these girls now.
Ciao. Laylo said Soul might be better off leaving. The boys might just play with her again, and I don't know if she's a Casa girl material. She might not go after them. That's true. Des said it was nice to see the smirk wiped off of Kenzie's face when she was in the bottom couples.
Yeah.
Child, she couldn't believe it.
Okay.
Because I really thought that her and Corbin's name was going to be called. And then Ariana said, Sincere and Melanie. And Kenzie was like,
unbelievable. She couldn't believe that, honey.
Yikes.
She said, how is they picked up me?
Okay. SEO said, yeah, I'm not happy about the mega apologetics, how that's happening because of how Kenzie did Caleb. Well, listen, not only is Caleb a sweetie, despite how we believe he voted, he's also the baby of the villa. And he also got done dirty. Because remember, everybody stayed away from him because Kenzie, that's what Kenzie wanted. All for Kenzie to play in that boy's face. So I get why he's still there. Indigo said, they said we're in a super El Nino. The weather is going to be harsh this late. Oh gosh. I thought I was going to be outside. I don't know if that's going to happen. Hey, Piper. Piper said the guys will play in Casa. Absolutely, but they will fall in line. Yep. Melanie is not going to leave Sincere, no matter what is shown to her at movie night. I don't think Casey will disrespect Anaya. I'm just worried about Casey.
I don't think he would disrespect Anaya, but I do think
that he's gonna play.
He'll play around. If
he's gonna play. He's gonna play. So is Corbin. Corbin going, oh. Sapphire said Corbin would have left Kenzie alone if it weren't because Mela was too into her connection with Sid. So he just went for his safest and easiest option. That girl would have never gotten a letter. Oh, I agree. And I think she knows that. I think she knows that she wouldn't have gotten chosen, or I think she goes through life knowing that she got to do a little bit more.
And that's sad.
Very. Hey, Cindy, long time no see. Cindy said Sincere was really thinking Soul was going to buy his BS once she let him have it. He wanted her out. True. I bet if she would have been nice, he would have still been trying to play between these two women. Absolutely agree. WNC said, yes, we are boycotting the Golden Arch. Thank you. Publix too? Wally World, don't know what that is, and so much more. It's a wealth transfer, not a boycott. I like that. Thank you so much. KT35 said, SEO said, KT35 looking for a dinner invite. Come on. I cook turkey wings just like my grandma used to. Oh, maybe I should do turkey wings.
That would be good.
Maybe I should do turkey wings.
Yeah.
Jessica said, should I do fried or smothered? Fried or smothered turkey wings?
Smothered with gravy, but fried.
Well, I'll do smothered because that's the tradition. That's a tradition. I'll do smothered and fried fish. Jessica said, I really think Anaya wants a Prince Charming and someone established because of her upbringing. I think I think so too. I think she would settle for that late in life, but I think she's young. And young girls at that age, you're not thinking about, the guy that is the best option, who would be the best partner, who would be the best father, who, would be the best fit for you in your future. At that point, you're thinking, I want a soldier. You're not thinking here. So she's attracted to him. He's a cute guy. That's all that's happening right now. That's all that's happening. Miss Brown Sugar said, I don't see Gabe being that much of a pull in Casa. Jen was okay with him, but just because he was there. Listen, Janelle says it all. Jen too hot in the pants for Caleb. Absolutely. She might be a little bit too much for him, but I feel like that unless another bombshell comes in, who else is he going to pick? And all she's going to do is rub up on that ding-a-ling one good time, and Caleb is going to be, sorry, Mom, and Caleb is going to be gone. Piper said, I don't think Soul will do Casa to explore KC just to get dumped again. I think she is over it. You know what? I feel like even if they try to keep her, she may say no. Yeah. Hot Pepper said, I don't think they should put Soul through that again. If she goes through another rejection, it'll be hard. You're right. You're right. KT35 says, Sincere is extremely cowardly yet manipulative. Terrible combo. It's that hair. Gotta cut that hair so he can be kind again. Horses in Vogue, hey, said hot take. Soul was a terrible bombshell. She was just as closed off by only talking to Sincere. She had every opportunity to talk to the other guys, but was too timid. Soul and Caleb, gotta be honest, they were not strong bombshells. They did come in very timid. Betty said production made favorite couples vote to save Zach, productions producer's pet, and sincerely insincere, the sinister liar, chaotic demon for Casa. Because had it been a fave boy and fave girl, they would have hit a bottom. 3, Mel and Kata carried them. Very true. CM said, well, I wish Kenzie went home. Soul didn't try with any of the guys, and they knew if they left her in, they'd end up dumped for no reason, plus the crash out. Yeah, she gotta, she was a sweetie, but she needed to try a little harder. Jessica said, honestly, happy they kept Corbin if they were keeping Kenzie because they deserve each other for the time being. No one needs to be in that trap. Listen, I'm just glad they kept them for movie night. Betty said, Love Island UK this season. Let the OG girls watch all the guys go on group dates with 2 bombshells. They need to show Love Island USA OG girls how crazy the guys are moving so they can come back with someone. We'll see. I don't know what they're doing, but they have to do something huge for Casa if it's going to be in the theaters. Sapphire said, other than that, I can't really say that I can give her too much praise when I remember how she was trying to smile when she got coupled up with Sin while Mello was crying. Oh, y'all not letting her get over that. Hey, Chu! Chu said, he said point blank to her face that Soul was what he wanted at the end of the day, and then said sorry if she felt let on. Diabolical. Here's the thing. I knew he was a menace when last episode he made a toast. He didn't have to honesty. And then pulled Melanie in the speakeasy and said that she was who he wanted to be with. That boy is a menace. A menace.
Well, Soul really didn't trust him either because when he disappeared, she was looking for him. Like, she could tell that he wasn't an honest person.
Yeah.
She was just thinking, I guess because she's used to guys pursuing her, that, he would fall in place. But
yeah. It just didn't work out.
That's a different kind of love.
Yeah. CM said Casa will probably be like they did wrestling. You got to go to the theaters for a watch party type thing, and others watch at home. Oh yeah, I definitely think it's going to be that. But I'm like, it got to be something big if it's going to be in theaters. They got to be giving us all kinds of twists and turns. Hey, Cassandra. Cassandra said movie night will be in the theaters on Sunday. Yeah. Yep. So this is the last episode of normalcy before it gets crazy at Casa. Hopefully. Thank you so much, Cassandra, for the super chat. A cha-ching. All right. Couple more, and then we gotta go because I'm still not done moving. I'll be done by tomorrow, though. Thank you, Jesus. NC said, I'm so confused. Why are they showing Casa in the theaters? Does this mean they're not going to show it on Peacock? Here's the thing. No. I think they're going to show it. No, they're absolutely going to show Casa on Peacock. Not everybody has Peacock. And the people who didn't have Peacock were going to bars and restaurants and watching it there on their big screens. So Peacock is trying to monopolize on that and get that money that was being sent to those bars and restaurants that was showing Casa and bringing it into the theaters that they partner with so that they can make a profit, because they're not making a profit from the bars. They're not making a profit from the restaurants that are showing the show. So they want to get in on the watch parties and profit from the watch parties. That's all that is. And it's greed. And I'm just like, come on, y'all. Like the restaurants and the people in bars that are showing your show are helping with the popularity. Yes, they are helping people who don't have Peacock accounts, but it's advertising. It's greed, and it's not. I don't think it was a good look. Say what you want to say, Mom.
It wasn't that people don't have Peacock. People like the community. They like to come together and watch it.
But also, it is the fact that those people who don't have Peacock go to the bar and watch it. And here's the thing. They're saying, well, these people, they're not going to sign up for Peacock if they're going to go watch it at the bar. So if we're not going to get that money from people signing up, let's try to make some money back and take some profit away from the bars and restaurants by partnering with movie theaters and playing Casa in the movie theaters. And I guarantee you, if this goes well, they're going to start showing the shows in theaters that they partner with. Sapphire said, I believe production only showed 30% of what he was feeding. So hence why I think I can give her the benefit of the doubt when it comes down to believing in Sincere. I absolutely agree. Hey, T-Cake said, just stopping in to like the video. I'll be a part of the replay gang this time. Thank you so much. Kag said, Jen and Caleb's days are numbered. This is not a good season for bombshells as closed off as the OGs are. You're right, child. Kayla got in just in time. Khalil said most couples go back after movie night, but it's this Casa connection that do the OGs in. Yep. Horses in Vogue said, wait, what if they bring both girls and guys into Casa for the boys? I'm looking at you, Zach and Bryce, child. That'll be a twist. Jessica said, I just checked on the theater location near me and all the seats are gone. Yeah, they're trying to make that money back. Yep. CM said, having followers doesn't mean much nowadays. If it's not brands, it doesn't matter. If that matters, Aaron wouldn't be on Bravo and Peacock. Who is that? Betty said, watch Zach tell Anaya that. Thank you for bringing this up. I was absolutely going to talk about it. Betty said, watch Zach tell Anaya that KC said he would explore Soul if she stayed. I need that evil production pack gone. He's lucky they protect him with the favorite couple vote and Kayla is popular. Yes. When Zach looked at KC and was like, oh, you would explore her? Oh. He's going to find a way to tell Anaya. He absolutely is. And he's going to be like, don't tell KC, knowing good and well that she's going to say something because Anaya can't hold water. You can never tell her a secret. My God, today. My God, today.
She should be able to see him then. If he threw that,
well, they can't catch him. You also have to realize we're seeing a lot more of Zach than they are. K235 said, Nikki, do you think KC said he explored Soul because he actually wants to, or just because he knew that would be the only way to get the boys to save her so he could have a fair shot? Listen, if she's not in Casa, then we'll never know. We'll never know. Chu said, I need to know what has production promised Zach. He's their dog. Who knows? Kag said, KC gets screwed on the bro code if Zach does that. Well, he doesn't have a bro code with Zach. Zach has a bro code with Bryce. Zach sees KC as competition. I don't know why KC doesn't see Zach as competition. K235 said, either way, Anaya definitely needs to find out. And she will. And if it's not through movie night, it will absolutely be through Zach. Fam, we are over the 2-hour mark. I'm pushing it. What an episode. I think this is leading. I think we got an episode like this because we need something to lead us into the buildup of Casa, which I think the show is going to really knock it out the park. Hopefully. If they're putting in the theaters, we have to expect something. We have to expect something. Thank you for empathy. E for empathy said, thank you, Nikki. Thank you, Mama Star. And thank you, Star Fam. Thanks for always supporting Nikki. And remember to hit the like button, share, and hype the video. Thank you, guys. You liking the video helps me grow in the YouTube algorithm. It is hard for people who look like me on this platform to really get some play. So please, if you could, like the video, share the video, hype the video. One or the other will suffice. I appreciate you supporting me. I will see you tomorrow for the following episode of Love Island, USA.
Love you, Star family.
I hope we see Soul, but I understand if we don't. But I hope we do, because I hated how she left. I felt so bad for her, but we will see. We will see. Love you guys. See you tomorrow. Bye. She cussed that boy out. Good.